I want to know your best game on the slate for this week.
Browns Chiefs.
It's a great game.
Not very hard.
It's a great game.
I'm interested in Buffalo Pittsburgh. I think that's going to be a game that people don't have ranked highly, but I think they should because I think it's going to be a really good game. Or Ravens Raiders. I also think
Ravens Raiders. I could be actually sneaky.
That
could be sneaky.
Guys, I hope Ravens Raiders is not sneaky because I put Lamar Jackson over Dak Prescott for fantasy this year.
Oh,
I know. Bad mistake. I didn't think he'd be thrown for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns against Tampa's defense. Thank God he did, though, because the Cowboys side of me is happy. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Ryan for once today. For the first time today,
reaching across the aisle.
Browns Chiefs is the best game this week.
Yeah, for 1 second. What's NBC thinking? Sunday Night Football is Chicago versus LA.
I think that's a good. I think
it's a good game.
It's not Browns Chiefs.
It's
not Browns Chiefs.
I think number one, I think Bears Rams is a good game. Number two, there's a lot more I think that goes into with Sunday Night Football. There are certain rules in place about how many times a certain team can be on it, and
Kansas City will be on there.
Kansas City's going to be on it, and CBS also probably got first rights to that game. They weren't going to give that one up. And I think the Browns Chiefs is a potential AFC Championship preview.
I hope it is.
That's interesting because that would be if we get a good game on Sunday. I think everyone's going to say we want this again and again.
Yeah.
I think it very well could happen twice.
So I'm with Browns Chiefs here as well. But keep an eye on Arizona Tennessee. Because that's interesting. Because here's the thing, right? Tennessee, obviously, Derrick Henry's back. Julio Jones is added to their receiving corps.
That'll be out before the end of the wild card.
I mean, you never know. And here's the thing, right? Tennessee's defense and Arizona's defenses are lacking. That's a fact. But both offenses are freakish, and they have freakish weapons. Now, if D-Hop can actually play, because there's the inevitable risk with anybody who's unvaxxed right now. Yeah. But,
2 more games. Seahawks Colts.
Yeah, interesting.
That could be very interesting. Yeah. And
who's going to start at quarterback?
Wentz.
Is it Wentz?
It's Wentz.
It's Wentz. Jeez.
And then Chargers versus Washington could also be an interesting game.
That could be a very interesting clash because you have – and there's people are saying Herbert might struggle, and I can totally see that. You've got a Chargers offense that was really good last year and a Washington defense that was locked down.
Washington's defense is very, very strong, and it'll be interesting to see how Washington comes back after the season after they made the playoffs. Although they're starting Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is very interesting.
Our friends of the Ball Fake podcast say they would rather watch paint dry than watch Ravens Raiders.
Oh, okay then. Sorry.
Joe, you have a response to this?
I agree. I think Ravens will blow them out. Because the Raiders' defense
is trash.
Sucks.
It's trash. Yeah.
And Gruden's a washed-up has-been.
I just want to say the question we're answering is, of course, best game of the week.
Yeah, it's the Browns Chiefs.
But hindsight is 2020. Yeah. I think the best game already did happen.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to top it. It's hard to top it.
That's very interesting because I think that's also very likely. And by the end of the week, that could still be true.
I think if any game could top it, I think the Browns Chiefs could.
Obviously. Yeah. I mean,
that's gonna be a great game.
All right. We gotta move on. Upset of the week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, Joe.
Browns upset the
Oh
shit! Just going straight into it. I got a good reason.
Flaming hot.
I got a good reason for this.
Yeah.
I like Baker Mayfield. That's my reason.
I mean, we're on the Baker bandwagon here, so
we've been hyping up the Browns all off season, basically. Wouldn't you agree, Sam?
Yeah, no, we've been hyping up the Browns since midway point of last year when Baker started figuring out how to play football.
And the reason is they've got a lot of talent. They had a great offseason. It's Baker's second year with a coach, which hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yep.
We have high expectations for them.
Yep.
Maybe too high. But this game is going to be close either way, in my opinion.
Okay? I agree.
And I think the Browns could legitimately pull off an upset.
Okay, so I pulled up the line on the game that I pulled up a line on a game that I think might bring an upset, and I thought they were, but I'm going to take the other team. I thought the team that I was going to pick, they're actually the favorite, but I'm actually going to go with the underdog here. The Patriots are favored against the Dolphins.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if the Dolphins won that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of I'm a Patriots fan, and there's a lot of moving parts with that football team. And we didn't figure out our starting quarterback until a week and a half ago, and we cut the other guy. So, like, there's just a lot of moving parts. I think Mac Jones is going to be thrown into the fire, and that Dolphins secondary is still really good. So it could be problematic.
And also, I feel like the system that Brian Flores has set up in Miami is very underrated. People don't talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
He set up a good system, and is Tua starting?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how he does, and that'll be interesting. Alabama versus Alabama.
Yeah, Tua versus Mac Jones. That's a huge flex for Alabama, by the way.
Yeah.
You get into flex 2 starting quarterbacks.
That's where Nick Saban's Aflac commercial money comes from.
See,
that is ex-Miami Dolphins head coach Nick Saban, by the way.
Let's not forget-
dropping a little knowledge.
Let's not forget, Miami also has Jalen Waddle coming from Alabama.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
So,
Very interesting.
This is
more Alabama, in the NFL.
I think that's the most likely upset on the cards, just because.
Whoa, what about Browns against Chiefs?
Look, I want the Browns to win. I don't think it'll happen.
Who's favored in the Tennessee Arizona game?
So it's currently Tennessee by 3, and I think they'll probably win at home.
I think the Bears
the
could beat.
Chiefs.
I think the Bears could beat
The Bears could absolutely. I think the Rams have enough offense. The Rams have enough offensive damage.
I think people are acting like Matthew Stafford is like this,
Joe, he's a sleeper for the MVP.
He is good.
Matthew
He's really good. He's
Stafford,
really
that
good.
he is
He's really
good.
good.
That he is good. But I don't think the Rams are invincible. I think this is the line. When I saw it, it's Rams by 7.5, and I think that's a little high.
That's a fat line.
I think the Bears could win that game.
I think that game is really low scoring, and I'm not.
Yes.
I just think both
Which
defenses are
favors
so
the Bears.
good.
strong
Yeah.
defense.
And
Yeah.
I think that kind of game favors the Bears.
Absolutely. If the games are in the teens, I think the Bears have
Because the
legitimate
Bears-
shot.
Because the Bears' strength is clearly defense.
Yeah, and their offense, there's questions around it, but like we'll see how the offense looks.
If the defense can give them help and shut down the Rams' offense, and the offense can do just enough to get it over that line for them to win the game.
I think those are both good picks. I think that the thing is, Chargers Washington's a 1-point line. Like I thought Washington wouldn't be favored in that game, but it's at home, so I would have taken Washington over LA, but that's already favored. So
I didn't do pick 'em this week.
I did last minute,
Damn.
but you would have been 0 for 1 anyway, Jeff,
Oh,
because you would have
I would have
picked.
picked the Bucks.
Oh, I thought you would have picked the Cowboys.
No, I've been saying all night I thought the Bucks would have won.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
not
enough.
that much of a
Yeah.
fan.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next
All right,
question.
Let's move on. All right, next question for us. Who will be the breakout performer of the week? Individual player. All right, Joe Kane.
The best player in the NFL, okay, is going to be the breakout performer of the week.
It's a breakout performer of the week, not best performer of the week.
yeah. If you expect the guy
Yeah.
to play, like
Yeah. Or like it's gotta be somebody like kind of under the radar. Do you have that?
Can I say it?
Yeah, sure.
Can I say it?
Yes. Say it.
The entire Rams defense.
but they're already highly ranked.
And
No, here's my
the
reason.
Bears'
No.
line is trash.
No, I agree with him.
Look,
How
here's the
wholesome.
thing.
How wholesome.
I came into this thinking of just anybody. I couldn't think of anyone. But then I saw that the Rams are going up against the Bears, and I'm like, that's the safest bet to do.
Yeah.
The Rams
Yeah.
defensive line against that Bears shitty O-line. I mean,
Yeah. No, it'll be
let's
a feast.
honest.
It'll
It's
be a
going to
feast.
be the fact that people are saying the Bears Rams might be close. I don't see. Okay,
I think it could.
That defense is going to get like 8 sacks tomorrow or Sunday night.
I don't
okay?
know. I don't know if this is a breakout thing, but it would be really interesting to see in that giant Bronco game.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to get it because you're probably only going to get it in New York and Denver, and the rest of the country is going to get Green Bay and New Orleans. But
They want to show good teams.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. They want to show actual
like your
football.
team,
Ew.
that much better, Ryan.
We've actually done something recently. The Giants have been an absolute washed up has-been franchise for over a decade.
That's actually not true. We won a
About
Super
it.
Bowl.
All right. Hey,
No.
stay on topic, everybody.
guys. This we're
In the
we
Giant-
brought you guys in to go against the Cowboys, not each other.
Oh no. Okay. No. Okay.
Against the good
Cowboys
team in the
suck.
Okay.
NFC.
So talking about the Giant Bronco game, it'd be really interesting to see. I don't know if there's a breakout player because he's not, but Von Miller's returning,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
unfortunately, as I don't want to say it, I think he'll come back with a bounce back performance and start Daniel Jones a few times. I'm hoping that won't happen.
Fortunately,
I'm a Giant fan.
Well, I know, but he came off on like an ACL tear, didn't he?
I don't care. I want the
or
Giants to
Achilles?
win.
Yeah, but it's Von Miller, dude.
I love Von Miller.
If Von Miller was going against the Cowboys, what would you want?
I would love Von Miller to be good against the Cowboys, but not too good.
Okay. So,
Good, but not too good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think for good,
There's
but
a
not too
medium
good.
here.
He's probably going to do better than people say he is because the Giants are terrible and they have no future.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
But I'm hoping for a win, which probably won't happen.
Okay, my breakout performer, this is a very unpopular. It's a guy who's been slandered a lot at receiver, but he's got a good matchup in a mediocre Minnesota secondary. Now, granted, Harrison Smith is good, but Patrick Peterson's really old, and they don't have a lot of good corner options. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a good game. I genuinely think Jamar Chase will have a decent game, and
You mean Butterfingers
and
Chase?
this is precisely why. I think you guys slandered him too much in the preseason. I think he's going to have a
Because
good
he
debut.
deserved it.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think the preseason matters, first of all?
Exactly.
No,
That's what
I
I'm going
don't,
on about.
But if he
That's what
can't
I'm going
catch a damn ball in the preseason, I don't really have
I think Jamar Chase has heard a lot of talk, and I think that against a Minnesota secondary that we all can agree is lacking in a lot of areas.
That's true.
That's true.
I think Chase is going to have a good game. I think Burrow and Chase are going to link up like LSU days. It could totally backfire. Let me be honest. But I'm going to pick Jamar Chase because I've seen, obviously we saw the talent at LSU, and I think he's got a lot to prove, and I think he's going to prove it today. Prove it on Sunday.
Didn't Chase come out saying
Something
that,
on the ball,
yeah,
but he also
that-
corrected the comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was. I would go with Jalen Waddle, staying with former
It's a
SEC
tough matchup
receiver.
in the Patriots secondary, but
But I think that he could have. I think that he's going to come in and make an immediate impact.
yeah.
it's a known connection.
And well, that's what my logic was. But there's versatility with that, right? Waddle isn't just a deep ball guy. He can come off and end around. He's a very versatile receiver.
Guys, I think I'm gonna lose my voice by the end of the night.
Yeah.
And we haven't even gotten to college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I just take one moment for something else?
Yeah.
The Mets are beating the Yankees right now. I know that's not.
Yeah.
If you want to hear me talk about that the embarrassment that is the New York Yankees, listen to my show tomorrow.
Yeah,
at
11 a.m.
The Howl, because I'm ready to chew into the Yankees, and you might hear that.
Someone needs to.
And the Phillies are the greatest team in baseball.
This is the first Goldmine baseball segment we've had since the Savannah Bananas.
We don't. Oh my God, I love the
Yeah,
Savannah
we had their president on a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Everyone tune in and watch that video. Yeah.
It's on YouTube and Facebook now.
Okay.
Welcome to the plug portion of the hour.
Okay. So we've gone over our breakout performer of the week. What about your disappointment of the week? This could be a team or a player. But I can make this easy for Eisner.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I kind of what you just said with their secondary. I think there's potential for some serious embarrassment to happen there. Look, if you lose to the Bengals, you should probably get relegated back to college football. Look, if the Vikings lose, just send them to the SEC for a season and see how they do. See what happens.
I would love to see that
as a science experiment. But I think the Vikings secondary could make them vulnerable to a really humiliating loss.
All right. Do you guys have anything, or should I go?
I think you should go. I want to hear what you have to say.
I know exactly what you're about to say. Say
If
it.
I know if I
Just
think
say
I'm
it.
going to say it,
Just say it.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah!
I almost said the Falcons.
Yeah. So,
Oh, come on.
Here's the thing. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a good year. I actually like Jalen Hurts, but I think Atlanta's offense might actually have it.
Atlanta's offense.
It might have a decent day against a kind of banged up, weaker.
If they get up
Philadelphia Eagles
28-3, I'll be overjoyed.
defense. Then you'll win.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm telling you, I think that Calvin Ridley's in for a massive season. And that's not an understatement. That dude was basically WR1 even with Julio, even though Julio obviously is the one.
I mean, Kyle Pitts, I think, is going to be like
Kyle Pitts is obviously going to be huge. I think Atlanta. I think Atlanta's going to pick Philly apart on Sunday.
Oh.
And that's no disrespect to Philly. You know I'm not a hater.
The day Atlanta picks anybody apart these days is
their offense.
Their
offense has never been the big issue. It's been their defense that's kept them out of games. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you think that Atlanta's going to pick apart Philly, what's Denver going to do to the Giants?
Well, I mean, the Giants' defense is all right, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and Denver's offense is kind of
their secondary is very overhyped after that offseason.
I think Denver's secondary.
Kenny Galladay.
You're talking about the Giants now.
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay's decent.
I just think Denver, New York's not going to be a super high scoring football game.
No.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a high quality football game. But I think
that's why Fox is putting it on the second of the 425 just to get the New York and Denver ratings, but they're still putting Green Bay and New Orleans above everything.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game.
Of course.
It's called good market. That's called good market management.
I mean, honestly, Jameis looked amazing in the preseason, and Green Bay is Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. So, good marketing there.
Yeah. All right, what do you guys have?
I was gonna say Matt Ryan, honestly, but I don't want to do that. Here's the thing about the Falcons. I will say though, I think they will get up, but
they might blow it.
But I think Brian can agree.
Yeah.
I think Brian can agree. They're bigger chokers than the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely. That's a no-brainer. That's why me picking Atlanta is a dangerous game.
They were up 14 on Dallas last year, and then
they're up like
3 or 4.
And then they had some issues with onside kicks. If there's a way to choke a game that has not been discovered yet, the Atlanta Falcons will discover it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they had a 99% chance to win.
Three games last season. They lost
all of them.
I think Philadelphia is going to lose on Sunday, and maybe I'm wrong for picking Atlanta, but I just don't have a lot of faith. It's like two teams that I don't have faith in. I just have less faith in Philly.
Can I go to the other part of the state?
Yeah.
My biggest disappointment, my call is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo, man.
It's going to be the Pittsburgh. Well, no, but I want to say something about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers started last season 11-0. They played awful teams the whole time.
Yep.
And then they entered the season on a 5-game losing streak?
I think they went 1-4 in their last
1-4?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they lost to the Browns in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're playing the Bills. The Bills are a tough team. That game's in Buffalo. Buffalo's always a rocking crowd. Fans back in the building.
Mafia in full drunken
First of all, the fact that Terry Pagula wants to move that franchise. Terry Pagula, you are the most stupid owner in all of sports. For both the Bills and the Sabres. How dare you try to move those teams? But the Steelers, the Steelers need something, and I don't think the Steelers have that. Big Ben's getting older. He's getting older.
I am not on the Big Ben bandwagon.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be anymore.
Yeah.
But the Steelers are sitting right there.
I've been off it for a long time.
No. But even if you're like a Steelers fan, I think it's still kind of hard.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's still kind of hard to be on that bandwagon.
Yeah. I like your point on that. I think, look, the Steelers secondaries and defense will be all right. I don't think their secondary sticks out as great, but T.J. Watt and that pass rush, it's decent. My issue is the offense is very predictable. It was literally, you knew they were going to pass every play last year.
Within Pittsburgh?
Yeah, and Najee Harris is in the mix, and he's a good running back, but the O-line still is, it's iffy at times. I think it's probably healthier, so it'll be better, but I just think they're a little too predictable, and I think Buffalo's good enough against the run. Well, now they struggle a little bit against the run, to be fair, actually, but I think they'll be good enough against the pass, and Steelers won't be able to run on them enough.
Okay. Yeah. Good points all around. Can I say mine?
Yeah.
Okay, this guy played in the same state for a while, okay, but he just left.
Yeah.
And he's now starting week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Carson Wentz
No.
is going to be
against that Seattle defense.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you're an Indianapolis Colts fan that has hope, don't.
Shove it.
Get shut of it now. I mean, Carson Wentz is not your savior, okay? He's not that good of a quarterback anymore. He had one good season, and he is the definition of injury prone right there.
Yeah, speaking of which.
He had a foot injury.
Right,
We didn't know he was going to play.
How the whole Pennsylvania thing work out?
got us a Super Bowl. That's all I care.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He got injured against
He
the
put us in
Rams.
position to have home field advantage in that playoff.
Didn't the Eagles?
That doesn't mean you're going to win all those games.
All right, hey, Ryan, have you listed your biggest disappointment or your biggest
Yes,
disappointment?
the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're ready to move on before we have another NFC East war erupt. We'll have an episode just devoted to the NFC war, and we'll find
Not even the NFC, just the NFC.
NFC East war, and we'll get Shaq
That's
out.
the best war there is. Okay, I mean,
It's the most entertaining war. I
No,
don't know.
it's the most entertaining because
Yeah.
those are the rivalries with the most history.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
It is.
And the
and all four teams are train
the
wrecks the
Giants-
last 10 years.
The Giants hate Philadelphia. Philadelphia hates the Giants, and we all hate Dallas.
What do you mean? 2014 was a great year for the Cowboys.
I mean, overall, it's been a train wreck.
Dez didn't catch it, by
He-
the way.
The NFL literally said he did.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
yeah,
Are we
yeah.
getting into this again?
Yeah,
All right, hey.
Honestly,
Rein it in, rein it in. All right, next question. We're just gonna do a quick who you got because we gotta move on to college football.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip the segment about which team's gonna make the biggest noise. So Dolphins, Pats. I'm gonna take the Pats because out of a homer thing, but this could easily go Miami's way.
Miami.
Dolphins.
Miami.
Okay.
Dolphins.
All right, so 3-1 for Miami. I'm taking Atlanta over Philly.
Philly.
Atlanta.
I'm gonna say Atlanta, but it's gonna be really close.
All
I
right,
agree.
3-1 Atlanta. Buffalo over Pittsburgh. Easy for me.
Buffalo.
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 That's a clean sweep. Noah, shout out. All right, Vikings, Bengals.
Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Vikings, but it's gonna be nervy.
Close.
Yeah.
Close, but Vikings will do it.
All right, Niners, Lions, Niners for me.
Niners.
Even though
Niners.
it's in
Niners.
the Lions suck. Okay, Cardinals, Titans. I think this is a sneaky good game, but
Oh.
it'll be a shootout. But I'm gonna take Tennessee at home.
Titans.
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 All right, all right, Seahawks, Colts.
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
That's 4 for the Seahawks. All right, Chargers, Washington.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Washington.
I got Washington. I think I got Washington in this game.
I'm gonna say it's all on the defense for this one.
I think that Herbert will have an up and down game. I think it's going to be a problem against Washington. They're going to get a lot of pressure on him.
Okay.
Jets, Panthers in Carolina.
Panthers.
I'm taking the Panthers.
Panthers.
I know you love Zach Wilson,
Jets.
Joe.
What?
All right.
Are you seriously picking the Jets?
Look. To be fair, it is a battle of two quarterbacks that are a bit wild cardy, right?
Sam Darnold is
Yeah.
better. The Jets haven't had a good season.
Whoa,
since
Sam
1969.
Sam Darnold has more weapons than he did in New York, and that's key. And
Yes.
Zach, and that's why I have Carolina.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna say Jets.
Okay. All right. Jaguars, Texans, boring
Jags,
game, but I got the
Jags,
Jags. I got the
Jags.
Jags. No.
Jags.
The
Who's their
loser-
Tyrod Taylor.
This
Tyrod
is
Taylor.
the loser might go 0-17 bowl.
Yes, pretty much.
That'll be fun.
All right, the big one: Browns, Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Browns?
Okay.
Oh!
Okay. All right. We're gonna go for these next one. We're gonna go around one by one, so we're not all yelling the answers at once. I know it's a rowdy crowd we got tonight. Packers, Saints. I've got Green Bay, but I think it's closer than people think.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Okay.
You took so long on
All
that
right.
one.
And now the one that's going to affect Spencer the most. Broncos, Giants.
Okay, you guys go, and then I'm gonna say, you guys go. You go.
I'm gonna go Denver.
Denver.
Broncos.
I don't have faith in the Giants.
Okay.
Peer
Here's okay. Here's what I'm gonna say about the Giants. One, give them a chance.
Yeah, they have a chance.
Give them a
They have
chance.
It's Teddy
I mean,
Bridgewater.
it's also
Give them a
the-
chance.
The Broncos.
Two,
Yeah.
it's not like they're playing the Saints. They're playing the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Broncos won 5 games last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
They won less games than the Giants.
Yeah.
One less game, right?
Yeah.
Or two?
In a harder division too.
And the Cowboys what?
5?
6.
Six.
Lost last game of the season. They could have had a chance to go to the finals. One thing I'm going to say about the Giants is, if you're Joe Judge and if you're Dave Gettleman, you're in that locker room and you're Daniel Jones and you're all these people, you have to win this game.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you don't win this game, one, you'll lose all the support of the people in New York.
Yes.
And two, you got a short week. You go Thursday night in Washington.
That won't end well.
You have to win this game. You have to win this game. I'll go with the Giants just in case because I think they might do it.
Yeah.
I think they have a chance. But I'm going with the Giants simply because you have to win this game.
Well, and also, let's keep in mind that this is an offseason that's been hyped up by Giants fans. Or not you necessarily, but some Giants fans have really hyped up.
Oh no, me totally.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, fair enough. I didn't know if you were, because you seemed pretty pessimistic when we talked to you earlier.
No, I am pessimistic about the Giants because I've had expectations for all these years.
Yeah.
And all they do is let me down, except for 2 years when they're great experiences against your favorite Tom Brady.
That hurt.
Fun times. Fun times.
That hurt.
But this is the year. Joe Judge, I think Joe Judge is a legitimate coach.
Yep.
And if they can out Daniel Jones, they gave him weapons. It's all on Daniel Jones. If he doesn't perform, then they get rid of him. And maybe this is the year. And this is the year maybe the Mariners act and blow it all up.
And so this is why it's a hyped off season. You've got defensive support. You got Holiday.
John Mara and Steve Tisch are getting impatient. We need to see what happens. Hopefully they start off with a win so that all these guys can keep their jobs.
All right, Bears Rams.
Rams closer than the experts think. Rams.
Yeah.
Rams in a blowout.
What do you got?
Toss up. If the defense can play well and the offense can give them help, I'm going to go Chicago.
I'm going Rams in a very tight one.
Okay.
I think that
it's going to be close either way.
I think there's
people are overhyping Chicago.
I think you could argue the Rams have a better defense, and I mean that's close. The Bears defense is really good, but the defenses are about a wash, and then it comes down to the offense being better for me.
And
for
the offense
for
is
LA.
far better for the Rams.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Also, I think Stafford, the O line for LA's, it's not like ungodly, but it's good. I think. So I think they'll be able to give Stafford some time. All right, Monday night game. This rounds out our slate before we move to college football. Ravens and Raiders. I've got the Ravens.
Ravens.
All right, I think that game is probably not enough defense for the Raiders to stay in it. Their offense is okay. I think.
All right.